Happy Friday, guys. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans, where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day. And in fact, this is going to be a little bit of more of a raw show. The topics are listed in the description. Normally I put them here on the side, but I was feeling a little bit lazy today. It happens to the best of us. But hey guys, Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse opens up this weekend, and the opening night previews looked fairly good last night, netting like 16 million. Wow. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse webs. Oh, I seen what you did there. 16 million in Thursday night previews. That's really good. Typically on Thursday night previews, films make 5 to 10 million, 16 million. That's going to put it on track to make, I would say, 130 million, man. 130 million maybe for Across the Spider-Verse. Guys, are you hyped? Are you going to go see this? I think, just the early buzz for this has been really good. Going over to the tomato meter, as you can see, 96 by critics, 97 by the audience. High 90s, guys. This is one of those ones where you're just going to have to go and see it, regardless of what people say, right? Pretty sure Bird and Lunch, that's how you doing today, James? I'm doing pretty good. Spider-Man Day. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go see it right away because I'm going to wait till my niece wants to go see it. So later this afternoon, I'm seeing The Boogeyman, which is also opening up this weekend, which is didn't have Thursday night previews for some reason. I'll find out why later on this afternoon. But for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, 16 million, that's good news. Very good news. And the news that broke yesterday about them developing a live-action version of the Miles Morales character is also great news. Now, some people were confusing that the third movie for the animated versions of Across the Spider-Verse movies, they were confusing that maybe the third one was going to be live action. No. The live action one is going to be something new. It won't have any ties to the Spider-Verse movies. So, box office predictions swinging in at an impressive opening. What did I say? I said 120 million, right? Which would put it on pace there to, be number one, obviously, but really good opening. And yeah, it's going to drown Little Mermaid at the box office. Yeah, we know that. And it's going to, I'm not even convinced that Boogeyman is going to make the top 5. I think it will. Summertime now. Unless you're a hardcore fanatic like us, that likes horror movies, obviously Spider-Verse is going to be number 1, and then it's going to be Little Mermaid coming in around 60 million, 55 million. 50 to 60 million for Little Mermaid. Fast 10 and Guardians, they've been flip-flopping during the week, so I think Fast 10 is going to hold on, because of the Dwayne Johnson news that we'll talk about in just a little bit. People will want to go see that cameo in that movie. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. As if that doesn't really spoil anything, guys. So I think it'll go Spider-Verse, Little Mermaid, Fast 10, and then Guardians is going to get chopped down to about 10 to 15 million. Can Boogeyman make 10 to 15 million in its opening weekend? I don't think so. So it'll be Guardians as number 4, and then the Boogeyman will come in at the 5th spot, somewhere around 8 million. Which means that Super Mario will get bumped out. I'll be really shocked if it doesn't crack the top 5, though. That'll be really surprising to me if the Boogeyman doesn't make it. It's possible that it won't, though. It's possible that it won't, because the Boogeyman right now, it's actually sitting much better than I thought it was. 63 by critics, 72 by the audience. So people coming out of it are it's a quick 90 minutes, guys. That's what I love about this. It's a quick 90 minutes. Chris Messina, Sophie Thatcher, David Dastmalchian. I'm looking forward to this. And I'm seeing Boogeyman today at 2:10. So I'm seeing Boogeyman at 2:10. I could have gone to see Spider-Verse, but I don't want to see it 2 times in the theater. I want to see it only once. And I will see it. I just may not see it this weekend. Don't worry. Spider-Verse is going to be fine without my contributions to the box office funds. But let's just take a look at what the preview seats for Boogeyman are for the 2:10 show. Now, this is before kids are out of school, so this is why I like to go to the afternoon show here, because it's going to be a nice little, hopefully, yeah, there'll be people there. But the 2:10 show is not that full right now. So let's take a look at the night show, 7:30. Anybody? Wow. Nobody for the 7:30 show? Yeah, these are just pre-bought tickets, right? Nobody's pre-bought those ones. So, yeah, maybe Boogeyman will struggle to get into the 5th spot. Let's go over and take a look at the AVX Theater for Spider-Verse. Yeah, see, even Spider-Verse now is not even getting pre-booked tickets right now. Pre-booking tickets is only if you're in like a really heavy populated area, right? If you're in a city, in a metropolis, if you will. Then you need to pre-book tickets. But other than that, guys, because they run, like, look, there's 4 shows in the AVX Theater, which is like the prime theater where I live, like, 'cause it's got the better sound. But then you got regular showings, so it's got like 8 showings of Spider-Verse in this one. There's only like, what, 8 theaters in mine? Yeah, in this theater. Sorry, guys, it's kind of windy outside, which is good because it's really hot outside. It's kind of blowing in my my drapes, but that's okay. We'll just have to roll with the punches, and if it falls off, it falls off. What else is opening up this weekend? Nothing. You got The Machine if you didn't go see it, About My Father if you didn't go see it. Blackberry's still playing. Wow. Maybe I will have time to catch up on Blackberry. Still, Kandahar. Yeah, that one's not doing so well. I'm really surprised Kandahar's still playing. But Little Mermaid, Boogeyman, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse are ones we're talking about because Boogeyman director Rob Savage says Disney objected to a lightsaber being used in the film. Was there going to be a lightsaber? Like a prop, I'm guessing, right? Not the actual lightsaber. Oh, I'm excited for Boogeyman, guys. I'm seeing it in just 3 hours. I'm hyped. That's just the way I am. I'm a horror fan. So Blair's quick character actually has this in the movie. Savage said it's a real thing that you can buy from Amazon. So we bought a few of them, cracked them open, and put light inside that we could control and dial up and down. So it was a prop, a showpiece. So yeah, no, you can't use that. There's rights issues. But Boogeyman, you know why they probably bought it in? Because she played young Leia, right? In the Obi-Wan series. That's what I'm looking forward to in this Boogeyman, because I want to see more work from her. She was actually one of the standouts, despite that prison scene in Obi-Wan. She was actually pretty good. So, tracking wise, box office wise, guys, I think this weekend's pretty much set. What do you guys think? Good numbers for Boogeyman. Good numbers for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Boogeyman opens up. We'll have to wait and see. Chris Schober says, I just looked up on Google. Halloween 1978 horror classic needs another director. David Gordon Green directed the second and third one, and he's not going to... Some producer would be really moronic to hire him on again. And David Gordon Green's going to be busy with that Exorcist reboot thing. This news is true. I heard that the new Spider-Man verse is a great movie. I heard that Boogeyman was great. I watched it online and loved it. Oh, okay, good. Well, I'll be watching Boogeyman in the theater in 3 hours. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, just taking a look at the box office there. Fast 10. Still in theaters, and as I said during our Spider-Man verse, Across the Spider-Verse segment there, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is coming back for a Fast and Furious franchise for an untitled film project. So he's not going to be Fast 11. Remember that quote that Vin Diesel said? that he said, well, maybe we're going to transform it into a trilogy. And I said that, well, the only way that The Rock would come back is maybe if he didn't have to work with Vin Diesel. Like they did Hobbs and Shaw. He had no problem with that. And we know now that he's going to be in it because Jason Momoa's character is going to be after him. A spin-off with Dwayne Johnson and Jason Momoa I would watch. Because I like The Rock. I mean, come on. Who doesn't? And having it being like a self-contained spin-off film makes a lot of sense. Okay, Vin Diesel and The Rock squash their beef or whatever, but that doesn't mean that they won't work together again on like Fast 11. Like, I mean, it would be nice if they set up this side movie with The Rock doing like his thing against Momoa like he did for Fast 10, and then they meet up for Fast 11 to close it all out. But I think then you would be dragging it on too much, right? You'd be dragging it on way, way too much, especially with Momoa. Because while he worked in Fast 10, he was the highlight for a lot of people, myself included. If we got 3 movies of him doing that over-the-top kind of Joker-esque style villain, it'll get tiresome. And you want that. You want that to be like a limited experience so people keep on talking about it, right? I don't know. That's just the way I see it. Could he show up in Fast 11? Of course. I don't expect him to be a major character in Fast 11, but by this news, it just confirms to me that, yes, thank you. We're going to finally close out Fast 11. Because Fast 11, or Fast 10, it's been dropping at the box office. The daily numbers have not been all that good for it. It just cracked 523 worldwide as of yesterday. Remember, last week it just crossed 500,000 or 500,000. So, and it's opened up in all its international markets. These numbers are not going to go dramatically up that much. And this had a production budget of like $350 million plus marketing. It's got to make $600 million to break even. It will make the $600 million this weekend. But that's not going to be enough for it to break even, guys. Because you got to remember that studio percentages are going to take it. Fast 11, everybody in the cast gets a pay raise. As a studio executive, I look at this. I'm like, Fast 10 it's not poised right now to make $1 billion. It's not. It's going to make maybe 800, 900 if it's lucky. And at that, are you going to greenlight a sequel that's going to cost 500,000? No, you can't. Honestly, guys, if I were writing Fast 11, here's what I would do. Okay, it's all about Dom and it's all about Jason Momoa. Those guys that fell down in the plane at the end, the Ludacris and Tyrese. Maybe we can have a small cameo at the end of Fast 11 where we learn that they survived. But we don't need them to be part of the story anymore. We don't. And if they can't accept a pay decrease to come back for that cameo in Fast 11, then you're not in the film. That's it. That's what I would do as a producer. Now, I know Vin Diesel wouldn't stand for it because he feels like he's the big dog on set. I don't know. Fast 11 and the spin-off, it's kind of like... It's dicey material, man. Would you want to put your own money down on this? Like, let's say you had $10, and let's play it by that, and you paid $4. Let's say you paid $6 for Fast 10, and you expected to get $10 back in return, but you only got $7 back. So you only made like $1 on it. Is that something that you would really want to keep on risking and rolling the dice on? Is that good return for you? Is that worth the risk? Because remember, you're putting $600,000 down, $6 down on the line to only make $1. That's not good math. Especially on something like this where it's not a guaranteed return. It's not like a stock option or anything like that, right? It's just I look at it and I'm like, they should have really just closed it out with this. They should have closed it out with Fast 10. But maybe Dwayne Johnson can breathe some life into it that'll resurrect it so that they can end off with a huge bang. That's what they're hoping for. That's what they want. I'm dubious, man. I'm dubious. And as far as the other spin-offs, like the all-female spin-off, I don't know about that one either. Um, I really don't know. So The Rock took to his social media. We know that The Rock is great at promoting stuff on his social media. He's a good marketer, just like Vin Diesel. So he says Hobbs is back, and he just got lied. Luke Hobbs will be returning to the Fast and Furious franchise. Your reactions around the world. Hobbs' return in Fast X has blown us away. Yeah, but we just saw the Superman post-credit scene for Black Adam, and look how well that worked out, right? So you don't say it's a confirmed, always positive thing. Is The Rock big enough to save the franchise? He did it once with Fast 5, but that's because he was facing off against Vin Diesel, and people wanted to see that. He won't be for this. Hobbs and Shaw? What did Hobbs and Shaw do? Let's pull that up. Hobbs and Shaw, 760 worldwide. Again, Hobbs and Shaw can't be like a $300 million. It can't be even a $200 million project, guys. Hobbs and Shaw, or this new Hobbs spinoff, $100 million that's all I would put on the purse strings. $100 million. That's all you're going to get. We can't make it for that. What about all the big actions and stunts? Well, guys, make it about the story, guys. Story. And then use the action pieces to accent and highlight the drama that pays off. Crying out loud, not everything has to be like these 200 plus million projects. Because the returns are just not there. And as much as some people would like to say that the Fast and Furious franchise is going strong, no, it's not. The numbers don't lie. And Fast 10 is like a big glaring thing out there that's kind of like showing that we need to pump the brakes on this. And I know that's not what people want to hear, but that's just my assessment. Let me know if you agree with it or not. Chris Shower says, I heard that they might bring back Stu. Okay, well, we won't talk about that. Arglass says, the Fast and Furious franchise is constantly being shown at terrestrial TV, so I'm sure it's syndicated around the globe. The shareholders will receive checks fairly regularly. I reckon I'd buy in. Yeah, I don't know. If they were going to spend that amount of money for Fast 10, I think they should have just closed it out with Fast 10. And I think that that should have been, don't hold anything back, right? Don't try to spread it out over 3 films. Give us the big action sequences. We don't need to have small little cameos that just to show that, oh, look who I talked to appear into this movie kind of scenes. That totally slow it down when you think about it, right? As much as I like Helen Mirren, what did that scene really do, right? Nothing. Like Vin Diesel thinks that having that scene in there will get butts in seats. Oh, Helen Mirren's in here. Helen Mirren's not going to sell the tickets, guys. It's not. It's the drama in the story that pays off, right? So I've been ragging on that. New Hobbs movie, spinoff. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Oppenheimer. It's got its official rating. We know that the runtime is just going to be just over 3 hours. It's like 3 hours and 2 minutes or something, right? But the Oppenheimer earns an R rating. Apparently for some, well, I don't know if it's going to be frontal nudity, but there's going to be some nudity in there. Oppenheimer earns rated R. And apparently the IMAX film prints are 11 miles long and weigh 600 pounds. Ay, chihuahua. Well, we know that Christopher Nolan is obsessed with IMAX. He believes it's the only way to see a film, which I do believe is somewhat of a little bit of his detriment that he's so fixated on it. I know that it looks grand in scope, And you've heard me say it countlessly times over and over and over and over again, but he just doesn't get it. Most people watch their movies on this, guys, not on the IMAX screen. That doesn't mean that you can't make it not look good, but the fixation, it's a boggle for me. Anyway, yeah, 600 pounds, like those platters that they put on. Yeah, I'm glad that we don't have to deal with that anymore. It's just all digital stuff, right? Oppenheimer, IMAX 70mm format. Yeah, the sharpness and clarity and the depth of image is unparalleled. The headline for me, Nolan said, is by shooting IMAX 70mm, you're really letting the screen disappear. You're getting a feeling of 3D without glasses. Well, that's what he wants. That's what Cameron wants too, 3D without glasses. You've got a huge screen and you're filling the peripheral vision of the audience. You're immersing them in the world of the film, if you're going to see it in theaters. And remember, the theatrical experience is shrinking, guys. For like, you're lucky if your movie is going to be in theaters for 3 months. Some movies come in a month and then are on streaming then a month after that now. So for me, when I look at is it really worth it? Just film it on normal digital stuff, man. And again, worry about the story instead of being fixated. I'm preaching today. Why am I preaching? It's Friday. It's not Sunday. I'm still excited for Oppenheimer. Rated R for brief nudity. And some, obviously, there's probably going to be a lot of F-bombs because people will be in meetings saying, how can you effing do this? And you're going to blow up the effing world kind of stuff. July 21st, guys, Oppenheimer. I'm still excited for this. Rated R. That actually will hinder the box office. But people will say, well, James, Joker was R, and that made $1 billion. But Joker also wasn't 3 hours. So you got two big things that are going against this film to have good box office revenue. Again, with the executives in these studios, you know you're rolling the dice with this kind of a property. You're not so much with Christopher Nolan, but with the 3-hour runtime and the rating. You're just kind of like you're cutting off a certain part of the audience that can't go see the film. It's gamble. It's a gamble. And I hope that the Oppenheimer budget is not something obtuse. Let me just check out what the Oppenheimer budget is. Okay, so it's not. It's not. 100 million. Good. Good. See, look. Christopher Nolan, obsessed with his IMAX, going out and shooting these things, can bring in a movie, a big, grandiose movie for $100 million. Why can't the Fast and Furious franchise do that too? Right? And a lot of it has to do with the contracts with the cast. Every time they make a movie, they get a pay raise for the small amount of scenes that they're in. You got to cut some of that, man. You got to cut it. Anyway, Oppenheimer, it'll do okay. Oppenheimer will do okay. Because this will get Nolan fans, but it'll also get the critics out there, the people interested in awards and stuff like that, because they'll be wanting to see it for the cinematography, for the acting. Nolan, I don't know if we'll get a directing nod or not. It really depends on how people come out talking about it and stuff, right? Oppenheimer, rated R, 3 hours. Nolan, IMAX. Are you going to go check it out? I may go try to see it in IMAX. I may. It's 3 hours, though, for IMAX. That means I got to drive out of town to go see it, and then I got to drive back. So it's going to be like a 5-hour trip just to go watch Oppenheimer in a proper IMAX theater, like an hour and a half away. I don't know. Arglass says, I think it will be refreshing to go watch an adult movie like Oppenheimer in the theater and not be distracted by a younger audience with poor attention spans. Well, there's going to be that too, but it'll be limited. It's not going to be like Fast 10, where I was sitting in a theater and the guys on both sides of me were like every 5 minutes were like popping up their phone to look at messages or something like that. It's not going to be like that. There'll be like there's always somebody like that, but it won't be like that throughout Oppenheimer, because the people that are there will be like cinephiles, people who actually are interested in filmmaking and appreciate it as an art form. It's not one of them movies where the buddies go out to see it kind of thing, right? Well, for the most part. I mean, I'm not saying that they won't, but like the people that just don't care, like the guys that will go out as a group to see Fast 10 and they're on their phone every 5 minutes, they watch it and then they don't give a damn what anybody thinks or what they even think about the movie when they're out of the theater. They don't. So yeah, talking about awards stuff. Did I bring up that file? Yes, I did. There is a Variety article out right now about Oscar predictions for Best Picture already. Guys, we're just starting June. We're not even halfway through the year yet. We still got one more month, and they're already trying to start with pre-award season stuff. Wow. Oscar predictions, Best Picture, first projections after Cannes. Well, because Cannes is finally done now, right? What to expect from studio slates as we will be getting into the award season in the fall. Killers of the Flower Moon, I hear, is really good. Again, it's like 3.5 hours. But I don't know. Oppenheimer, I'm hoping that a lot of people are expecting to get nominations. Asteroid City, Wes Anderson, I don't think will. I don't think it will. We saw the early buzz for Asteroid City, and it's not good. The Cannes reception to Asteroid City it was kind of like maybe it was a bit too much Wes Anderson. Oh, no, it's 80%, so it's climbed. 46 reviews, but I thought it was like down around 50. Or in the 50s when we first saw it. It's got Scarlett Johansson. You know I'm going to go see it because of that. Wes Anderson, I like him in doses. And he doesn't have fare that I want to repeat value watch. I mean, I like Grand Budapest Hotel because of the performances. He's got definitely a style to him. May, December. Anatomy of a Fall, Zone of Interest, or possible other pictures that people are talking about. Submission deadline is November 18th. The predicted nominees are Maestro on Netflix. Maestro, oh yeah, that's that Bradley Cooper one where he plays an older composer for movies, right? They put like makeup on him and stuff. Killers of the Flower Moon, Saltburn, Oppenheimer. Okay, yeah. Dune Part 2, that's a possible because Dune Part 1 got nominated, right? That's still, I think Dune Part 2 is my most anticipated one of the year. But it's a critical one. It's a dicey one because it also could be one of the most disappointing movies of the year. But that's the risk that I kind of like. I enjoy about it, right? And as I said, with the Oppenheimers, that's going to be fine. Zone of Interest, I don't know that much about that. Anatomy of a Fall, May, December. Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. Really? Could that be nominated for Best Picture? Well, James, it's almost as if there's a higher power out there saying that you got to go out and see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse this weekend. I've kind of deprioritized it, and it may be to my detriment. Next in line would be Bob Marley, Color Purple, Past Lives, Book of Clarence, Dumb Money, Air. Yeah, people would like to see Air in there. Air was good. Air was good, but I just kind of like... It wasn't stellar. Poor Things, that's that Frankenstein movie with Emma Stone that's coming out. That one I'd like to see. The Killer is going to be on Netflix. Wish. Other top tier possibilities. Napoleon. Oh yeah, the Ridley Scott, Joaquin Phoenix Napoleon movie. That's a possibility. If it delivers. Barbie, no. As much as I think that would be fun. Faux Challengers. Bike Riders, Fair Play. Yeah, also in contention. Priscilla. That's that Sofia Coppola movie, right? About Priscilla Presley. Are you there, Margaret? Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. That would be cool if it got nominated. I actually really enjoyed that movie. Ferrari, Asteroid City, Pain Hustlers, Shortcomings, all eligible titles. Well, we're not looking through all the eligible titles. What are you doing, Variety? For crying out loud! Oh, mercy. It's still early, guys. Yeah, we just we just finished May, and you want to talk about next year's? Whew, my God. Yeah, it's a bit too early. Arglass says Tom Hanks must be cursed. He's not getting a good run at the box office. Hopefully, Asteroid City revenue makes a dent in the budget. Oh yeah, because Tom Hanks is in Asteroid City as well, right? And he was in what? My Name Is Otto, or A Man Called Otto, which was fine. It was just forgettable. Um, yeah, Tom Hanks. He needs to get back on a roll. He doesn't need to. He he's doing works that he wants to do. He's still one of the better actors out there working today, despite the monumental flop that was Pinocchio last year. Yeah. Hollywood Reporter has an article up about James Wan, talking about finishing Aquaman 2, and about AI and where Saw came from. It's a interview. Um, I wanted to take a look at what he said about Aquaman 2. And because Aquaman 2 is going to be the final film from the Snyderverse. I think they are rebooting it. I think Momoa is going to be Lobo from going forward in the James Gunn universe. This will be like, even if this is the one where if Aquaman 2 comes out and makes $1 billion, I think despite that, the first two making $1 billion, I think they will squash it. They won't do any more. Unless people just come out of Aquaman 2 saying this is the best thing ever, and it makes like 1.2 billion, then you kind of have to finish it out as a trilogy. I don't know. But let's see what he said here about Aquaman. Fablemans, don't care about that. 80s and 90s. Higher education. Where did the Saw equation come from? What led you to create Saw? Well, it was inspired by other movies, guys. In terms of torture porn, yeah, we know about that. That Silence. I do like James Wan as a filmmaker. I do. Insidious. Insidious has still got to be one of his best films. It's creepy, man. He did a great job of encapsulating, like, sometimes like looking at the monster or whatever, the Darth Maul monster. Like seeing it is not scary, but the way that he set up the jump scares and stuff like that, I thought it was a masterpiece. Conjuring, yeah, produced that, did that. Fast and Furious. Okay, get to Aquaman already. Conjuring 2, MCU, Aquaman. There we go. Aquaman. How much adjusting have you had to do to December's sequel, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, to fit DC's reset by The Flash? Okay, so I've had to make adjustments all along the way. The DCU has been through lots of different versions, and one of the things that was challenging about this film was keeping track of what's going on. Fortunately, the Aquaman universe is pretty far removed from the rest of the world. Okay, so we're going to many different underwater kingdoms that are not necessarily related to what's happening with the other movies and characters, so we're standalone in that respect. Okay, so he's saying that it's so isolated that it's not going to feel that much of a break if they cut it off with the number 2 film there, Aquaman 2. Do you have an idea of when you will finish post on it? Yeah, that because that's in the writer's strike, right? I don't know. And we watched Malignant here on the channel. He did Malignant. Yeah. lots of fun with that. But if you want to go and read this rather lengthy article, it's up on Hollywood Reporter. I thought I'd pull it. Oh yeah, there's that disturbing image of Jason Blum dressed up as Megan. I really could have done without that today. Oh, mercy. James Wan. Okay, so yeah, I didn't really have a whole lot on the slate. There's really not that much. Let's go into some hit or miss headlines. If it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll move on. There's actually not really that much because I'm going to walk over to the theater later and like around, the movie starts at 2 p.m., right? So why did that refresh? Why did that refresh? It shouldn't have refreshed. 1 p.m. 32 degrees outside. Okay, that's not bad, right? 32 degrees. 30 feels like 35. Humidity's not quite as high as it normally is. This is hotter weather for early June. Like it's not like this until like August usually, where we'll go through like week-long stretches of it being like feels like 40 degrees outside with high humidity. That's when even I am like I'm tapped out. No more, please. I'm out. Get me to the air conditioning. 32 degrees is child's play, right? Feels like 35. I can make that walk. It's only like a 15-minute walk. Plus, I can cut through the mall. Yeah. All right, what's next? Cruel Intentions, Amazon sets main cast for TV series adaptation. It's weird that this movie just came up too. I just watched a reactor, one of my favorite reactors, react to it. And I have this poster actually. And I do have that movie on VHS. I want to watch it with you guys. Sarah Michelle Gellar looked awesome in it. Reese Witherspoon. So there's going to be a TV adaptation. Of course, the original story was that Valmont story, right? And that was adapted a couple times as Dangerous Liaisons. Colin Firth was in a version of it called Valmont. Very risque. Or what did that one reactor say? Very sexual. Yeah, because these two are like making bets with each other as to who can deflower somebody, right? They're rich, spoiled people. So Cruel Intentions is going to be a TV series. Fascinating. On which platform? Amazon. Cruel Intentions TV series. Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar said that at one point she was going to she didn't want to do a spinoff, right? On the first day, I was like, this isn't working. It's just not a network show. And if it is a network show, it's not my Cruel Intentions. So I was actually grateful. Yeah, they tried it on once as a network show because it's too adult themed. It is sexual in nature, right? It's very it's kind of like Game of Thrones, but for like a younger audience kind of thing. Jockeying for power over each other kind of thing. Dominance. But it was full of good performances. It was. So it was a TV series. Fascinating. So who's going to be in this? Sarah Catherine Hook, Zach Burgess, Luce, Kobe Clark, Scott Brook, a bunch of people that I don't know. Sarah Silver as Cece. Okay. All right. I'll have to see how that pans out. What's next? Batman 2 filming is delayed. Yeah, we saw this yesterday. We know it was supposed to start shooting this fall, right? But because of the strike, if it was supposed to be starting to shoot this fall and they've delayed it to 2024, that gives me the impression that they're not anywhere close to settling this writer's strike. right? Because if it was going to be settled by August, then it should be able to stay on schedule. I just, everything is going to get pushed, guys, and we're going to be in a lull. But don't worry. Here on the channel, if we're in a lull for movie news and stuff like that, we'll go back. We're going to be doing movie reactions and stuff like that, series reactions. I may even start, I may stop doing the movie news show as a full live thing on a daily basis. It may be like a once a week kind of thing. And we'll still do shorts throughout the week. We'll have to see how it goes next week, guys. Because next week, I guess I can sort of make it somewhat official here. I'm going to work. So it's time for a new rig. It's time for a new computer. And you've heard me talking about it. I want to spend upwards to $2,500 on it. I want a good computer that'll last me like 3 or 4 years. Well, this one lasted more than 3 or 4 years. No, that'll last a while, right? And it'll be possible to do stuff in 4K with you guys. Not that it's necessary. I don't think that 4K is really that necessary. But it'll be a rig that'll be able to handle that computing process, the streaming process. We'll be done with the 720 streaming and stuff. We'll be up to at least 1080p. And you know that I'll be able to stretch whatever that machine is and get all the juice out of it that I can to crank the best looking material for you guys. So it's a schedule. It's a work schedule that I'm comfortable with. That'll still allow me to do stuff in the mornings with you guys. Do the 11 o'clock show, or at least put up material in the morning. But it could be shorts. And then on the weekend, we'll do like a live, here's the news of the week kind of thing, and me going through it and giving you guys my thoughts. We'll do it kind of like that. We'll play it by ear. We'll see. But there'll still be things. We'll still be able to do things for like Mandalorian watch-alongs during the week, and Survivor when it comes out again. Ahsoka. We'll be able to still do those during the week and stuff like that too. It's just I may dial down on the movie news stuff, because it just been kind of slow this week too, right? And a lot of that has to do with the writer's strike. A lot of it. Productions are just kind of not pulling up shop, but they're hitting the brakes. Okay. Hourglass says, good luck with your position, James. Hope you'll have air conditioning. Yeah. Well, as I said, I don't mind the heat. Like, I'm somebody like, as long as I'm not going to a wedding or like a business function, I don't care if I'm outside and I got sweat coming down me. I go golfing in this kind of weather, right? It's not a big deal. I'm not out there to pick up women or anything. Chris Shower says, and do you think they will make another Annabelle 4 movie, James? Annabelle 4. I don't know. Probably not. You'll see the Annabelle doll in that Conjuring movie that's coming out. The next Conjuring movie, maybe. But I don't know if it'll be a big part. Let's go over to the Twitterverse and see how things are rounding out here, guys. Tom Cruise is reportedly unhappy with Oppenheimer taking away all the IMAX screens for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Oh, it's not wise to have beefs with Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is also one that you would want to see in IMAX, right? Because of the stunts. I'm getting really hyped for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. And I don't know why. Because I wasn't this hyped for the last one. But this one, I feel like this one's going to have a magic to it. Yeah, he is furiously showing his film to exhibitors in an effort to convince them to switch Oppenheimer or Barbie. Barbie? Barbie's going to be in IMAX? Now that's one that you don't need to see in IMAX. Amanda Seyfried, Tom Holland, and Emmy Rossum at the Crowded Room. I like Emmy Rossum. She was in Beautiful Creatures, right? She was the one with the weird eyes. Tom Holland just had a birthday too. And did anybody else see the social media pictures of Tom Holland and Zendaya swimming? They posted each other swimming. Jonathan Bailey, Matt Bomer, fellow travelers trailer. Yeah, oh yeah, this is one of them, right? That's Tom Holland. They were out swimming together. She was already in the water, and she put like her hands up as a heart symbol. They're young. They got money to go around to these awesome locations. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy your youth. That's what you want to do, right? Enjoy your youth. Go out and have fun. Enjoy. Take time out to smell the roses and what the world's got to offer. Sean Patrick Thomas has joined the cast of Cruel Intentions. Yeah, I saw this headline yesterday too. He was in the movie Cruel Intentions. He was the cello instructor, right? But he's going to be playing a different role. He's not going to be the same character. Oh yeah, there's the Zendaya one. Cruel Intentions. So this is the cast. Who's going to be the new cast? I don't know any of them. I don't know any of them. It really depends on the chemistry of the Sarah Michelle Gellar character and the Ryan Phillippe character, because those two were the ones battling wits. And Ryan Phillippe, I think that's got to be like one of his better roles. Hey, Ryan Phillippe's not working too much anymore. Have him come in as a cameo or some kind as well. Why not? Oh, by the way, I did see that the Nuggets blew out the Heat yesterday. I enjoyed that because I don't think the Heat have any business being in the NBA playoffs right now. So hopefully they'll get swept in 4 if all goes according to plan. What are your favorite LGBTQIA movies? I don't have a favorite one. James, are you a bigot? No, I just never really thought about it. Because again, I don't think like that. I don't think that things need that separate. I'm just way ahead of the curve. The Associated Press reports that Oppenheimer is so long that the IMAX prints. Yeah, we saw the 600 pounds. Yeah, they're shipping out these big containers of film to theaters. The shipping costs for a 600-pound package. Ooh, man. And the studio's got to recoup. The theater's got to recoup some of those expenses, right? Oppenheimer has been rated R for some sexuality, nudity, and language. This marks his first rated R film since Insomnia. Florence Pugh is in this. Yeah, Florence Pugh. Really looking forward to that. New look at the Bears, season 2. Never watched the first one. New poster for The Crowded Room. Is They, Them still on your list? Catch-up movies? It wasn't that bad. Oh, yeah, it was. They, Them. That's an LGBTQ movie, right? Kevin Bacon runs like a conversion camp. And he's like doing evil deeds. He's either slaughtering them or doing something to them. Yeah. That's still I need to check out. That Kim Cattrall on Happy Pride Month. It's also Indigenous Month. Indigenous Awareness Month. Which reminds me, I can go to the Toronto Zoo apparently for free. So maybe I'll do that one weekend. I don't know. Oppenheimer and Cillian Murphy on behind the scenes set of Oppenheimer. So we're going to go all the way up until he dies? Huh. I don't want to see too much of that. I don't want to get spoiled for that one. But elementary table reading. Oh yeah, Pearson Foddy is reportedly up for Superman, and that's where we ended off yesterday. I don't know much about Pearson Foddy. Could he be our new? Oh, he looks too much like a pretty boy. There, he looks like Superman. There, he's too much of a, like, you, my God. Do you want the pretty boy Superman, though? See, if he's got the beard on. No, he's still. Yeah, I could see him looking like a Superman. You want that visceral, like Henry Cavill had it. When girls look at him, they'll be like, "Oh, wow, who is that?" You want that kind of thing, right? For Superman. Looks like he's got the physique for it. Maybe a little bit more beefy in the shoulders, but the costume could round that out. I don't know. I'd accept him as a Superman. Why not? All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got in the can for today. It's Friday, and I thought that maybe we would just jam. Yeah, I thought maybe we would just jam to end out this week. Why not? Haven't done it in a while. Because in about 2 hours, well, actually less than 2 hours, because I'm going to go for my walk. I'm walking over to the theater. I'll be watching Boogeyman. So pay attention later on today. My straight out of the theater reaction for Boogeyman will be up. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. The other day I was just going through each string. So let's use the low E string, which is a D for me. I was just going through and saying, okay, well, can you make all the chords on it, right? So let's say this is an E. Can you make the E major? Yeah. Can you make the E minor? Can you go up to G? Make the G major. Can you make the G minor? Yes, I can. A major. A minor. Yes, I can. B major, B minor, C major, C minor. Of course I can. Can I make the C sharp diminished? No. That one's kind of a stretch. But that's what I was doing. And I was doing that for each string. So I was working on the A string now. And can you make all the chords for the A string? A major, A minor, C major, C minor, D major. I was just doing that. And you want to do that for each string. Work it up. Figure out. And that's just one position for those chords. You'll want to be able to do that for each string and in different positions for the notes. It's just because that's an A, and so is that, and then so is this. So that if you're playing ever jamming with somebody, then you say, oh, what key is that in? That's an E, right? So then you know, well, you got your E major, and then you got your A major. So you know what to play. Then you know where to do stuff, right? surprise me, Chris? That Mandalorian season gets delayed. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, expect that a lot of stuff is going to get delayed now. And as we saw some of the headlines, it's just, it doesn't seem like there's an urgency to solve the strike, the writer's strike, which is kind of a bummer. It truly is. Cool, man. Is that 12 o'clock? Yes, it is. All right, guys, that's it for me. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next time on Mirror Domains.